If I were a villain in this movie, it would be Saruman. Because not a lot of people know about me just yet, but I'm a big deal.
Did you die?
Yeah, no, I did. I put my sign down and I'm waiting on you.
Oh.
Because thanks to you, now we have to get at least to the next bonfire so we can fight our way to the next area instead of just getting you to the next bonfire and then you coming with me. Well, that's still lunch. It's okay.
I like the way you said coming there, but okay.
Coming. I will never use resonant weapon in your world. Trust me.
Why?
Unless we're fighting a boss.
Why?
Why would I? It's a waste. I have two uses of it.
You're a waste of a human.
Well, you're a waste of anything that's ever even resembled human, so die a slow, painful death.
Which items do I need and which items do I not need?
I don't remember, dude. Just pick them all up.
Oh my gosh, can you pay attention?
No, I can't. I'm drunk. Hold on, because I'm literally killing your enemies right now.
It's okay, I had to burp anyways.
I'm dead. Oh my gosh. If I had gotten hit one more time, I'd be dead.
Oh my gosh, you suck at this game.
Sorry, I'm clearing out your enemies with no help.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry that's what I did with no help and I still survived perfectly fine.
Well, good for you. You're a higher level than me. Strobia. Twice the diz on there. Salud.
Hey, I got a burp. And burps. The human effigy.
Already took it.
On its way.
Already took it.
If I knew what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chug the rest. It's okay because I have another level. I need to get on your level, so. Oh my
I'm
gosh!
pretty fucking drunk.
You're about to
I'm not
bleed me
thinking some things through right now. I'm just doing.
3,
I can't
2,
open your chest for you. I've already taken it. I took it like 30 minutes ago, dude. Just kidding.
I would have kept going, but I actually spilled some out of the side of my mouth.
The coronavirus, though.
I mean, it's whatever. It's just something that happened. I mean, if we figure it out, then.
It's not whether we figure it out. It's the fact that it's spreading so wildly.
I mean, look at the Black Plague, though. Black Plague killed more people than any other disease in history.
Yeah.
And clearly, these enemies are a disease that killed you.
But look at this. In the 1920s, or the 1918, the Spanish flu happened and killed 25 to 50 million people. That's a wide range. I just read that earlier. But this disease is modern. You and I are old enough to remember it, actually. And it's spreading very rapidly.
But if you think of it, people thought Ebola was going to be a huge deal. And
but see,
Ebola
the thing
ended up
is,
not being a huge deal.
First of all, the evidence against that is Ebola is spread blood to blood. This virus is spread
airborne.
Human to human contact. Which means if I've sneezed on my hand and I'm a piece of shit and haven't washed it or sanitized it, and I grab the handle to a door, you grab that same handle and later touch your face at all without knowing, because the incubation period is 1 to 14 days, and it's infectious in that time. You know, that's insane. And also, they found a group of 6 people in the same household that caught that virus, and every single one of those 6 people had a different strain because the virus mutates so rapidly. Dude, this is weaponized.
Yeah, see, you probably think that I'm just stupid for not really worrying about it, but I mean,
I don't think you're stupid. We had this whole argument with Tyler earlier, and he was like, well, dude, there's only 5 cases in the U.S., and none of them are in Tennessee. And you know, my only thought process is, because I understand that, is 1, it's a 1 to 14 day. Now, that's a very wide range. You know, it could happen in 2 days, it could happen in 14 days. 14 days is 2 weeks. It's contagious up to those 2 weeks, where you show 0 symptoms. So someone walking around the street that's perfectly fine could be spreading it without even knowing it. They don't know it, other people don't know it. Now, the CDC themselves are investigating 110 to 120 cases. In the U.S., only 5 confirmed. But they're investigating 120 people. The city, Ground Zero themselves, that they're 20 miles from the virology lab that studies these biological weapons. They're 20 miles away from Ground Zero.
Yeah.
5 million people, the mayor said. The mayor of the city said that 1, they were slow to respond. 2, 5 million people left the city before they declared a lockdown. 3, they have 90,000 to 100,000 cases in that city alone. Everybody thinks it's not a big deal. But 1, this virus is mutating rapidly. 2, it's spreading faster than the common flu. Not according to regular numbers, but that's because China's trying to hide, the actual numbers of infected. Because if you look at the hospitals, they said, hey, we are requesting 100,000 surgical masks to protect from this virus. There's only like 4 to 4,700 reported cases right now. So how does that number add up? You need 100,000 masks for 40, I know there's a lot of people in the city, but come on.
Well, see, like, nothing's gonna make me worry about it, because in the end of the day...
Real quick, my sign is by the original bonfire. Do you want to move?
Yes.
Where are you at?
To the next bonfire.
Okay. But you were saying, sorry.
Pretty much nothing's gonna make me worry about it for this reason. Like, in the end of the day, if I end up contracting the virus, then I'm supposed to end up contracting the virus. I mean, that's just, that's what ends up. And I mean, I can take all the precautions I want, but in the end of the day, if I still end up contracting the virus, then clearly I was supposed to have the virus. I'm just not gonna focus on worrying about it. I mean, I can take the precautions to, prevent it and everything, but in the end of the day, it's not gonna do me any good worrying about it.
Well, and see, that's where I differ. It depends on your definition of the word worry. If you define worry as, someone who freaks out and goes into extreme paranoia and becomes recluse, then yeah.
We know somebody like that.
Yeah, well, that's not the case, If you define worried as someone who stays up to date on the current information and realizes that, A, it may come to your location, and B, when it does, you should be prepared rather than, oh, I never thought this would get here because I thought this was such a small epidemic. You know what I mean? Like, it's better to be prepared and not need it than to not be prepared and need it.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can take all the precautions, but in the end of the day, in
the end of the day, if it's not your time to go, it's not your time to go.
Exactly.
However, there is the very small element of free will. So if it may not be my time to go, or for example, say it may be my time to go, but I personally don't want to go by the virus. So say I do everything to prevent myself from going by that virus, and I go, to a gunshot or to a stabbing. I would prefer the gunshot to the stabbing over organ failure, seizures, and death, and becoming just a number.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself while you're
historical
talking.
figures. No one remembers my name, just the number of what I died by. I don't like that. That slightly, scares me.
Well, see, like, truthfully, like, in the end, personally, and a lot of people would call me stupid for this, but I'm not scared of death, because in the end, death is inevitable. Death
is inevitable.
And that's, like, I'm not scared of death. I don't want to die. But in the end, I'm not scared of death because it's going to happen whether I like it or not. I'm not immortal. I'm not invincible. I haven't found the fountain of youth. If I had, I probably wouldn't tell the world about it, because then it would be corrupted by hate. But
true, but at the same time, like, if you have the ability infect yourself, probably.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's exactly what happened to me.
Killed me. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, like, you know, like, the virus may be a big deal, but I'm not gonna personally worry about it. Like, I mean, you know, like, I can keep an eye on it and everything, and hope that I don't contract it and do what I can.
That's the thing,
but
is, you know, for example, right now, if you say, hey, I'm gonna buy a gas mask to be prepared, and then later on you end up needing it, you're happy that you were paranoid enough to buy it. But you know, if you don't buy it right now, you know, for example, this is just a for example, all these surgical masks that are single use, like daily, on Amazon, sold out. You can't buy them anymore on Amazon. Because the WHO, the World Health Organization, has declared this high risk for global epidemic. The CDC themselves have declared this high risk for a global epidemic.
What in the heck is wrong with my bag of sunflower seeds? Clearly I'm not supposed to have sunflower seeds.
In the same spot.
Because, oh my gosh, they said this bag is resealable, but the bag is completely sealed. I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you. This is just
good.
ignorant.
My point is, I want to get information about this out, and get at least outside of China. So, don't panic, but be aware and be prepared.
I'm not gonna panic. The last time I panicked was because I was stressed out, and look where that got me. That got me.
Well, huh?
That got me nowhere.
Minimum, it is definitely the time to get face masks, especially with 6 confirmed cases in the U.S. and 120 others being investigated by the CDC. It's the time to be safe, and if people call you paranoid, sure, but at least you're safe. You know what I mean? It's not the time to go, hey, hold on, let me pour a shot. But it's not the time to go, holy shit, I'm terrified. It's the time to go, this may be affecting my portion of the country soon. I should be prepared rather than wait till the last second and then show up to the stores with the other 4,000 people that show up to those stores and possibly catch the infection from those that don't carry. Distribute the virus from 1 to 14 days before you know you have it. France officials have said they've been screening people from the province of Hubei, how do you say it?
Dubai.
Yeah. And because they're doing that too, wow, this guy ran. I'm dead. Why did you not kill this guy?
What guy? I killed every enemy.
This guy back here, I'm dead. He killed me. But the point is,
fell off the edge.
France, shut up. The French have been screening people off their airlines, you know, from Wuhan and China district. The people they screened, there was 2 of them. And from one day after they screened them, one person contracted or distributed the virus and showed signs. The second person took 5 days after they screened them, and they showed signs of the virus. So this is a highly contagious, unpredictable, because it mutates so frequently, and the world is currently not, you know, using the appropriate restrictions it should to contain this virus. It's highly spreadable, highly contagious, and within the last 2 to 3 weeks has killed over 100 people. It's highly deadly, I would say. Considering the incubation period is 1 to 14 weeks. Or not
14 days.
1 to 14 days before they even show symptoms. So
1 to 14 weeks would be
death
like
rate is
stupid.
only bound to go up based on the number of infected, the number of increased infected, the inability to be able to tell whether someone has it and they spread it. Like, it's just, this is one of those things you really want to watch out for. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I will say.
I mean, it's good to be worried, because I mean, like, in the end of the day,
it's not good to be worried, it's good to be prepared.
I mean, let me rephrase. It's good to be cautious.
It's good to be cautious, yes. Wash your hands. What are you doing? This guy's still here!
Where? I literally no enemy has
Come back
attacked me.
here. It's this giant fucking guy with a hammer.
What? What are you
It's this
talking?
giant guy with a hammer. I'm fighting him right now.
There is no
Just
way.
killed him. I just got 840 souls from him. Watch my live stream if you don't believe me, because this guy destroyed me the first time I fought him.
I promise you there's no enemy back there. Like, no enemy would attack me back there.
Screening isn't enough. That's the problem. Screening is not enough, because France screened everybody and had at least 3 reported cases. One was within a day of the screening. The second...
I mean, here's the thing. You have to give them time to create a vaccine for it. And thing
But
is,
see,
like,
the problem with
aren't very
this
good.
disease is because it's so highly, you know, mutatable that they can create a vaccine. By the time they have created a vaccine for the disease that they found, it's mutated. I'm telling you, within 6 people, all lived in the same household, which means they've contracted the same virus. They did a study on those 6 people, and each 6 of those had the same virus, yet a different strain of that virus, which means it's mutated. So yeah,
but
they can make a vaccine, but it's not going to be for everybody.
I'm dead.
It's going to be for people with that specific strain. You're dead? What happened?
You literally ran away from where I was at.
I didn't run away from you. I was clearing other enemies.
And I was fighting an ogre that grabbed me and killed me. But
I will fight you.
no. So here's the thing. There's going to be in the virus. There's going to be something that is pretty much the same within every single version of the virus. No matter how much it mutates, there's going to be something that's the same. And when they make a vaccine, that's what they're going to target. They're going to target the basis of the vaccine.
Well,
so pretty much what it's going to do is it's going to eliminate the basis so the vaccine cannot exist. I mean, so the virus cannot exist.
I'll tell you what. They've been doing that. China's quarantined 50+ million people in one province just to halt the spread of the disease. And after they did that, because they were so slow to respond, Shanghai and Beijing have the disease now, confirmed cases. The United States has 6 confirmed cases. Australia, New Zealand, France. I'm pretty sure. Who else was it?
Probably Italy.
There's like 11 countries have confirmed cases of this disease. So even if China completely goes ahead and destroys that disease, it's in 11 other countries. It's available.
But what they'll do is they'll send the vaccine to these other countries.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. The vaccine only works for the strain of disease that is present. First of all, yeah, exactly. Like Chris said, first of all, there is no vaccine. Second, even if there was a vaccine, the virus is mutating so rapidly that for example, that 6-person household I mentioned earlier, the vaccine that worked for 1 would not work for the other 5.
No, what I'm saying is they will focus on the base of the. Do you want me to place my sign down?
Fucking. What'd you say?
My sign's down. My sign's down. But anyways, what they'll do is they'll focus to make a vaccine. What you have to do is you have to focus on how the virus lives. Because even in all 6 of those cases, the virus still lives the same way. The virus has to live a certain way. It can mutate and turn into different things, but it has to live the same way if it's the same virus. If it's a different virus, it'll live a different way. So what they have to do, what they do is when they make a vaccine, they focus on how the virus lives and target that. That's what the vaccine will be.
Okay. I understand that. I can agree with that. However, when the virus, up to 14 days, is given to other people, without them knowing they're infected or infecting others. And then the virus mutates a different mutation in each of those people that they infect. Cure for all is you've got to continuously cure this thing.
I mean, but that's not true, because if you focus on how the vaccine lives and figure out exactly how it lives, what makes it tick, because in the end of the day, the virus, if it's the same virus, it can mutate, but at the same time, it's going to live the same way. You have to focus on how it lives and create the vaccine around how it lives. It can mutate all at once, but it has to live the same way.
Because it's a virus, it lives in the same environment. Viruses thrive in the heat and not in the cold.
Okay, then you would know exactly how to kill it?
Yeah, you'd think so. And if that's the case, then why do every year in the United States about 41 to 45,000 people die of the common cold? And that's in the U.S. alone. The common cold's been around for how long? Who knows?
Well, Nick, think about this.
So if you think they know how to kill a virus in general, and that's going to stop this, then you're wrong, dude. Because the common cold is a virus, the swine flu, SARS,
they only know how to, take preventative measures.
And preventative measures can stop this from fucking happening. However, even if China contained 90% right now, in 9 days you'd have 150,000 cases and 1,500 deaths. That's projected from the way the virus has started to evolve. Those are the projections.
My sign's down, by the way.
My sign has been down. I have to pee. You summon me. My sign is down. I've got to pee. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. Alright, might as well chug the rest of this Four Loko while he's gone. Got a whole nother one to go. Oh my goodness. Please don't tell me I'm gonna get invaded in here because I gotta use the bone of order. Where's his sign at? Okay, now.
What'd you say?
I haven't seen your sign. Is it the same bonfire?
Yeah. Well, no, it's at the second bonfire. But yes. My ring is on. Try to use the bone of order.
I already did. Let me try it again.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on. If not, then I'll just... You can pick up your sign and I'll place my sign down. So I already used human effigy.
Because I have not used a human effigy yet, that's what would be preferable, but I spawned into your world. You going to sleep, Chris? Damn.
Hey, I'll just place my sign down,
huh?
because I'm not fine. Oh wait, your sign disappeared.
Okay, cool.
Estrovia.
Damn. Yeah, you did start pretty early. Pretty early, Chris. Chris. Well, rest. Die slowly or painfully. You can't pick one or the other. Alright, Elijah. Hold up before you go too far. I'm setting up a pizza to go in the fridge. AKA the fridge is the oven. Huh?
I just finished number 1.
You don't want to?
I finished number 1. What? What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking to Chris. Of course.
You got some first.
Alright, I got some sour skills.
Yes, you hear. I'm talking. Bang on the chong. Y'all say Corona?
Bro.
Oh, coming, bro. Hold on. I got you.
Bro.
This guy is what I'm talking about, Elijah. Come here.
What
Where
dude?
you going?
What dude?
This guy. This guy right
When did
here.
he get here?
He's been destroying me for like 2,000 times.
I just killed him in 2
he
hits.
said he didn't exist. Yeah, he raped me. Thank you, Chris. Look at this guy. You're just gonna let me get hit while I'm trying to heal. Holy shit, you suck.
Dude, I am just trying to not fall
You're
off
not
the
even
edge.
trying to do anything except let me die.
I'm texting him money right now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Why, you caught feelings or something?
I mean, like I said, like I like money. I mean, she leaving work in like 2 weeks and everything. Like, I don't even know if we could. I don't even know. I mean, like I said, probably the only thing we'd probably do is like clap, but
I don't know about that, dude.
I don't know. That's what I think would probably happen, but I mean, I could be wrong. How the heck you didn't get invaded by Dark Spirit, Forlorn?
No, I didn't.
I'm not scared. Let's go, bro.
Luckily, I just healed, otherwise I'd be fucking screwed.
I hit him with a great lightning spear and then just, oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Hell. You know, lightning miracles do more damage than water.
Well, I got you, bro.
Alright, let's go get this item back here. Help me fight this thing this time, because I really don't want to die.
Of course he did. Where are we going? You want to fight this ogre? Alright, I'll bring it over.
Dude, it just hit me. Oh my gosh.
What did you just say?
It just hit me, dude.
What just hit you? Oh, the
I'm
alcohol.
dead. I'm dead again. Dang, dude. Oh my god. Why couldn't you? I didn't.
What do you mean, why couldn't I do anything? He's a fucking ogre! What did you expect me to do?
Kill him.
Kill him with what? We have the same weapons and you cannot one-shot him.
Dude, he walked up behind me and grabbed me. There was nothing I could do with it.
I told you, I said, hey, let's go fight this ogre, and brought him over, and then you said, this is a summoner.
No, there was another. There's another.
Down. My sign is down.
Literally, I helped you get through this area with no trouble, and you can't even help me. I mean, I don't really need help. It's just literally like... Dude. This stuff just hit me and I stuck in a whole nother logo.
Never mind. I want a straight answer.
What? What answer do you want? What answer do you want? What answer do you want? Hello? Can you not hear me? Hello?
Hold on.
Medea speaking. You know, their magic's actually really easy to dodge. What the heck? My dude just turned around instead of running the opposite way. I mean, instead of rolling the opposite way. Oh my gosh, bro, stop shooting magic at me. Yo, I'm about to die. Please kill it. Before something else shoots magic at me and kills me. You need to heal. I just took that for you. You're welcome. Alright, this time, let's go get that item. Because I'm tired of not having that item. Alright, here we go. This time we're going to fight the ogre one-on-one. Because I'm tired of having you help me fight it whenever you suck at this.
Well, I killed a fucking frog and a caster, so do anything.
Killed the ogre by myself. You're welcome.
IDGAF.
UGAF? Then IDGAF. So shut up. And place your sign down. We're getting me to this next bonfire first since you suck. Oh, there's still another enemy alive? You couldn't just kill it? Oh my gosh, you suck at this game, dude. Are you even listening to me?
Bro, I'm listening to you, but can you hold on? I'm trying to work some business shit out with Chris real quick.
Business?
Please.
Business? What kind of business? Okay.
Alright, I'm back. I had to talk to Chris for a bit. He's giggling at.
Umani?
What'd she say?
I'm trying to get her to admit it, right?
Yeah.
And I told her, I said kinda, and she said, there's no kinda to it. It's yes or no. I said, but you told me maybe.
Wrecked.
And then put a winky face. she can be like, so?
Where you at? I just opened the door, you had nothing.
I'm literally
You're back
behind
there.
you.
I got a pizza going in the oven soon, so I gotta watch out for that.
Chris is gonna be asleep before the pizza even gets done.
He's not even gonna be there for the pizza.
Oh, is this? Oh!
Oh my gosh, dude, what even? Alright, we're going to my world.
I was sitting there walking and just fell off the edge. Hang on, I gotta open the other one. Hang on, I gotta open the other one.
Please. I'm gonna plug my phone up real quick. Here's that female messages me back. You, Megan, that's it. Cool. I need my phone charger that works. Need my... Got a charger, okay. Humanity restored. Bring on... Where are you at?
Place on a sign.
Okay, let me go check on the oven. It's supposed to be preheating.
Summon me first so I can go through and kill enemies.
You know where my oven is. 15 to 23 minutes. Once the oven preheated is what I put that pizza at. And look at that. Came back and right as I saw my CV, your sign appeared. So, placed these on them.
And let me open the other one real quick.
Go ahead and do it on the mic.
3, 2, 1.
Place these on them.
Retrovia. And I got some sunflower seeds too.
Where's that, dude?
I was messing around with my coworkers tonight. I was like, yeah, I know a couple of people that I get some cocaine from, so you wanna do some cocaine? I was like, I'm really just joking, please don't take me serious. They were like, they were taking me serious. I was like, I'm just joking, like, I'm not gonna do cocaine. I mean, I really know people I can get it from, but I'm definitely not gonna do it.
Well, yeah, I do too, but you don't, you don't do that, bro.
I know, I would definitely not do cocaine. I would definitely, no. I literally had somebody, I was hooping one time. I was hooping one time and this dude that I know pulled up and he was like, hey, you want some cocaine? I was like, definitely not.
Dude, I've had one of our close friends go, hey, do you want this? And I'm like, no, please don't bring it to my house.
Really? I think... Oh my gosh, I'm literally about to die. They keep wrecking. This is why I hate this area. This area is so stupid. I'm not even worried about that. I don't know. I kind of want the item. But every time that I kill all the enemies, you die.
What item? I didn't even see an item.
I didn't even get the item all the way back by the ogre. Oh my, just kill me. Look, we'll get you to this bonfire. Go ahead and kill the boss for you. Because I'm definitely not gonna die. See, like, I mean, I'm literally GOAT status at this game.
I've got to,
Okay, I'm probably gonna die. Because I literally can't hit one enemy.
Move. I'll take this for you.
I literally walked behind you.
Got it. We got 54 life gems, so.
I'm at 51.
So we're back close. We've used a lot going through this area already. It's my least favorite area.
Oh my. I know. It's just, the enemies be shooting so many, so much magic. Like, I'm just like,
This
dude,
guy's
can
got a
you?
bow. This will help us.
I'm not even worried about him.
Help me take out these guys out.
Where are you at? Why are you all the way up here?
Because I'm trying to take these enemies out.
There's enemies behind you, though.
I know, but these guys were far across the road, already shooting at me before that guy ever did. Just gotta watch out for deep waters. There's nothing back here.
Yeah, there is.
Let's see you destroy this. Watch out. Got this guy. Frog. Stamina regen.
I killed him before he fell down.
Nice. Human effigy from him. And back here is the singer's dress and the life ring +2.
Oh, that's nice. Life ring +2. It probably heals you quite a bit.
The life ring +2. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna use a life gem to heal all the way and I'll put it on. Okay. Right now I've got 1336 with the life ring +2 on. I have 1503, so that's actually a decent amount. I think I'm gonna keep that on because it's like
I'm about to die. I survived.
You got enemies over here.
Here, just go up there and get that item out. Kill this thing.
It's the alluring skull ×3, so it wasn't worth it. Just remember that.
Heard, and freaking heard.
But that enemy dropped a twinkling titanite, so it isn't unworth it to go kill him.
I mean, we literally go the direction of all of the items anyways, Strovia.
Oh, hold up. My poor shot.
There's a bonfire right through this, if you want to just go.
Nope. Shot. You said it already. You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
By the way, I'm probably gonna chug like half of this, so.
Hey, do you have Snapchat?
Do I have Snapchat?
I deleted it a while ago, so yes, do you have Snapchat?
Yes, I have Snapchat. I keep it because I talk to certain people through there.
Okay. So
Like-
let's video chat through Snapchat. We'll take this shot.
Hang on, I'm messaging somebody real quick.
Oh, message me, Papa. You should have seen the pictures of me, James, and Logan the other night playing with loaded guns. I'm glad we live in the South.
Why?
So that James, Logan, and I could have played with those guns. Hold up. Those are hilarious. I'm gonna save them in the chat. Next time you come up, we'll have to hang at their place. Okay. Let me find you. Because I have somebody named Elijah TVN Kakwendi. You know who that is?
Definitely not. What? Yeah, I ended. It was a phone call instead of a video call.
Okay.
So now I called you on video.
I just hit video. I'm ringing you. I'm at 9%, so. Hey, buddy. You fucking freak.
I can't believe we kept a straight face like that for like
You're
5.
skinny and I'm fat now, dude.
You see how? Can you tell how much weight I've lost? Dude,
You have lost a lot of weight and lost a lot of facial hair, and I've gained weight and facial hair, so I think it's the right correlation there.
Dude, I lost 100
Kidding.
pounds
Hey,
in 3 months.
Quick, while I still can, because I'm on 9%, my phone's not charging right now. Watch these on them.
Strovia, wait.
Yeah.
It's like half of it gone.
I still have so much alcohol to drink.
Anyways, Estrovia.
Buy a 1.75. What? Bro, you're drinking 10%. I'm drinking 40%. That's
12.
not cool.
12.
Are you kidding me? They have 12% Four Locos down there?
Yes.
Show it to me. Your microphone's breaking. No, you chugged. You gotta send me a picture. I can't. That looks like nothing.
Hang on. This is gonna make it easier. Hold up.
Yeah, because your internet is fucking disgustingly terrible. I see O-U-R. I can't even see the F. You're gonna have to send me a picture, dude. I'm telling you, I can't. That is not English. Those are like half the tweets I've been reading about the coronavirus right now. Fucking forward. Oh, there it is, 12%. Oh my gosh, dude, they only allow 10% up here.
No, see?
Are you serious?
Literally, the gold ones are like 16%, I think.
No. Well,
15
it depends on it. I guess it depends on if you look at the serving size. A single Four Loko has what, like a 3.4 serving size or something like that?
Freak, let me see.
Well, that one's 12%, so what does it say?
5.
5%?
Yep.
5 servings?
5 servings, yep. 5 fluid
5
ounces.
servings of 12%.
4 3/4 per container.
Yeah, 4 3/4 servings per container. That's what I was looking for. That's what most Four Locos are.
This
But
one's
yours
pink.
is 2% higher. Ours is 10% in Tennessee.
Maybe that's all they allow, like for beer.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that is.
Today you might be getting so messed up.
Hey, let me put some pillows in front of Chris's door so I can be loud as fuck. Hold on. I'll be. You know what? I can take you with me. Dropped everything I fucking owned.
You just hit and rolled and then hit again.
I know, I'm telling you, I dropped everything I owned. Hold on.
I'm more than halfway done. Actually, I'm like halfway and I might puke tonight, so that's fine because I'm off tomorrow. This is my first actual off day in like 2-3 weeks. I'm so tired, dude. I worked 2 jobs. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I need to get some sleep at some point. Oh goodness, my hair's a mess. My life's a mess. And clearly my mind's a mess right now.
Alright, I'm hanging.
Go ahead. Wait. Before you hang up.
Hold on. I gotta clean first, bro. Remember, I just spilled a lot of Coca-Cola.
Before you hang up, Nick.
Just hold on, bro. Because now my pizza's ready to go in. You're gonna have to hold on.
You just enter the fog door just so I can kill enemies while you're doing stuff.
Just hold on, bro. Literally walking back to my Xbox, PlayStation, Wii right now. I'm moving faster than the coronavirus across the world right now. No! My wireless headphones!
Dude,
alright, this is gonna be more than just a one-stop cleanup. Hold on.
Dude, just hit X so you get into the fog door, please.
Okay,
please.
Fuck. X.
At least
Did
do
I
that.
go through?
No.
I just hit X, so...
Press forward and then X.
Calculations. Okay.
No, you're going the wrong way.
It's because I'm in my menu, bro.
There you go, now press X.
Okay, you do that. I gotta
There
clean
you
this
go,
shit
you went
up.
through the...
I don't even know. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna see if these headphones still work. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Through your Snapchat?
I don't know,
Hold
let me
on.
turn the volume up.
Yes.
Oh, hold up, I got my earbuds.
I'm gonna mute myself, hold on.
Yep, I can hear you through everything. Yeah, on Snapchat. Wait, Dystrovia. What? Hold on, I got like 3 sunflower seeds left. Two sunflower seeds left. I can't even hold on to a control at this point, dude. I'm so messed up. Hold on. Dude, I still have half of one left, so I'm definitely taking. One and a half. It's because it's cheap alcohol. I had to pay $9 for sunflower seeds, 2 black and milds, and 2 Four Locos. No. What? Dude, they're like $3 or $4. You're right. So, but I mean, like, everything's cheaper here. I don't know, dude. Look, how about this, dude? %. Sometimes it drops to 6% in Douglas County. Yes, yours is 4%, I know. Oh. It really depends what county. Douglas County drops it. Well, hang on real quick. Douglas County drops it to 6% during the summer. Sometimes. But other than that, it's always 7%. Mine's about 15%. Yeah. 7%. 7 cents on the dollar. 9. I mean 0, yeah, sorry, I thought you meant sales tax. But at the same time, that's every single purchase you make. Well, see, here's the thing. If I was president, dude, I would literally completely not allow states to make a sales tax for food at all. Why'd you mute me? Dude, you muted me. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yo. So pretty much, if I was president, dude, I would... Strovia. Tap it against the camera. Oh, there we go! Perfect! So if I was president, I would literally completely remove food. Like, make it illegal to add food into sales tax. Because why is food in sales tax? You need food and water to live. I can't hear you. You're muted.
You can't hear me right now?
No, I
can you hear me
can't.
right now? Okay. So if I were president, through the mic, you know, you need food, yes. You need water, yes. You also need air, which means no more coal. We do not need to be fracking our ecosystems.
We need nuclear energy. But
no.
Hold on. Wait, let me say this real quick.
Finish. No, I was interrupted by you, and then you said let me finish. So let me finish first. We don't need coal. We need sustainable energy resources that do not impact our environment. Which means
it's impossible.
We need
because we have to rely on the environment for the ones that are not nuclear or coal.
We do, but there's a way we can do it harmoniously. When we start destroying layers of the earth to get deeper, because that is our energy needs, is when that becomes a problem. Solar, wind, water energy,
but they won't
sources,
last.
They how will they not last? It's solar energy. The sun comes up every fucking day.
Here's the thing. Solar does not power enough, though. That's the thing. Is wind? You have to rely on the wind.
You know why? Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because we don't have the technology, because we're still focused on oil-based productivity, coal-based productivity. Not enough resources are allocated to alternative energy resources because they're not as profitable. Only because it's more profitable to continue the lives that we have currently established. And
here's the thing.
That instantly is only responsible for the way our media has portrayed energy crisis and everything else.
Here's the thing. Nuclear energy is the only infinite sustainable energy that will power.
Nuclear energy is super dangerous and should not be considered. Solar energy is infinite as long as the sun is active.
Listen to this, though.
Did you not hear me, though?
Hold on. Listen to this. If I was president, I would make it completely legal to build your own energy source. Your own energy source right on your property. Because in the end of the day, the only reason that it's not legal right now is because it's not being taxed. In the end of the day, if it was legal, then we would not be relying so much on coal because people would be building Tesla coils.
Would you mind if I interjected?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I agree completely with what you're saying. Is every individual should should have the choice of which energy they choose. However, if we made it more profitable to use energy that is not harmful to the environment, then would we, be in the position that we're in now? If we said, hey, this energy is harmful, you're fine. I'm gonna try to clear out some enemies. Because I'm almost dead.
Well, see, hang on. Here's the thing.
No, listen. Let me finish. Just let me finish. Because I started right when I started this fight. If we outlawed unrenewable energy sources, oil, for example, then the Middle East and all of our problems with it would not be a problem.
We could pull out of all the
would not
wars.
be a problem with it. Fracking, aka destroying ecosystems, would not be a problem. We would say, hey, the sun, which comes over every continent harmfully, water, which flows at its own natural pace and doesn't harm anyone, because the path which it is set in motion is set forever, is a resource. If we say, hey, if we can find a carbon dioxide resource, the ocean, one of the biggest carbon dioxide emitters, and forests would be able to be harvested not harmfully, but instead equilibriously.
But at the same time, we need paper. Because in the end of the day,
paper? Because look at the informational highway, the internet. You have email. Everything that you could say to someone could be email.
But at the same time, you got to look at it. If we use the internet for everything, once it crashes, like if we ever have a time where the power goes out and it crashes, there is a chance that all of the information will be lost. That is the one reason that these companies don't trust the internet 100%.
Well,
they trust it 99.99% because that 0.01%.
My sign is down.
Alright. That 0.01% is enough to keep them, because in the end of the day, well, okay, let me say what I was about to say earlier.
Can I interject real quick? Just real quick. Okay. With our informational highways, we have already found that backups are a solution. Now, with those backups, we have found that you can store the information you have discovered on CDs, tapes. There's backup websites to websites that don't even exist anymore. There's, 100 different ways we can store our data. Floppy disks, outdated as they may be, are still viable, examples. If you keep the machines around that can use them.
But you got to think about the data that it takes, because if you even look at one video game, Black Ops 4 takes over 100 gigabytes. Floppy disks and CDs right now they only go up to 32 gigabytes. Literally on the PS5 and Xbox and the next Xbox, they go up to like,
but
what is it, like
websites, and I'll tell you this,
128 gigs. That's all they go up to.
There's already websites that say, hey, you have hold on, I'll take it with you.
Alright.
There's already websites that say, hey, do you have a what? My sign is down.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm waiting on it.
Okay. Make sure you used
But
our society, that says, hey, there's a million different ways to store data. They're not going to store it on one single type of data. It's stored across multiple types of data, which means there needs to be an organization, first of all, that accumulates this data. Because otherwise, what's the point in having a written history if you can't record it?
But you got to think, at the end of the day, it costs money.
The battle, well, and that's the thing too.
That gives less money for them to pay the employees.
It costs
and maintenance.
money. But if you look at the United States, they have a ton of federal income tax. Now, most of that tax goes to the government, which uses it for military operations and cover-up operations. I cannot agree.
But, okay, so, let me say this. Pretty much, I understand what you're saying, but in the end of the day, like, also, the government is not supposed to be in our lives. In the end of the day, if you do what you're saying, and the government controls, and the government controls a website where, like, all of this stuff is backed up to, the government will be able to look at every single thing. Well, see, but the thing is, like,
China right now. They have
China's in turmoil right now. Not only that, the citizens are going against the government.
There were 6 people in one house that have found to have the same disease, but different mutations of it. China is doing the best that they can, but they cannot control this outbreak. Obviously, because Beijing and Shanghai have all considered, outbreaks in their cities. There's already been 1 death, at very least, in Beijing from the outbreak in Wuhan.
You wouldn't know.
So yes,
you would know exactly why.
Because they were slow to respond. Because the mayor said, "Hey, no, listen. You just let me finish, and I will let you finish. I swear, promise." The mayor in Wuhan himself said, "Hey, I'm admitting that we had a slow response to this. We had a slow response to this outbreak in Wuhan." And because he said that, there was a slow response. He let, before their lockdown, because Wuhan is in lockdown right now, 5 million people out of 11 million people in that city, so almost half of the city evacuated before they found out there was a lockdown. And with there being a 0 to 14-day incubation period, and in that period...
Is your sign down, by the way?
The disease... Yes.
I haven't found it, so let me just place my sign down and we'll hope... Wait, no, you're at the next bonfire already.
My ring is on. I'm at... Let's see what, are you at the crumbled ruins or the warrior's resting place?
Ruin.
Which one?
Crumbled ruins. Yes.
I'm putting my sign down there because I'm at the next bonfire. But listen, when China goes, hey, the Hubei province, Hubei province has declared that they are locked down, and that is 50 to 60 million people that are locked down in that province. Now, the global infection rate is only 4,000. Why would they lock down however million people I just said? How would they lock those people down without a cause?
Okay.
This is a highly infectious, highly contagious disease that has a 0 to 14-day incubation period. Of which it is highly contagious. A cough, a touch, even a simple touch can give you this disease.
Okay, I'm not saying it definitely was, but this disease could have been released purposely by the Chinese government, because if you look at all the turmoil that's been in their government recently, all their citizens turning against. I completely understand. I mean, pretty much, like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but at the end of the day, like, the Chinese government has been they have been killing their own citizens at the end of the day. Like, you cannot deny their own citizens. So they probably virus is probably for years.
You're breaking up really bad. But first of all, what I would like to share with you is that, first of all,
I died. What the balls? I tried to roll and it didn't roll. But keep going. Yes, I can.
Okay. So listen.
Yes, I'm
the
listening.
Chinese government
is
highly authoritarian. It's not even that the trash. It's first of all, I'm gonna put my sign down. Just so you can summon me. But the Chinese government is highly authoritarian. Which means that they have complete control, not only over the entire continent they control, but per government that they control. Now, when you control the government, and listen and trust me when I say this, the Chinese government, I said it earlier, the Chinese government scrubs their internet, their domain names and everything for things that do not agree with the information they would like to show. Okay? So if someone says something that the Chinese government doesn't like, they're what?
I just lost 80,000 souls. Forgive me.
They are arrested. And I'm sorry you lost 80,000 souls, but this is a little more important. When the Chinese government says, hey, this is not a major outbreak, and we are controlling it, and then you hear nurses from inside the city come out and go, hey, the figures show 4,700 infections. There are 90,000 alone in Wuhan district.
Freak 80,000 souls. I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Maybe this is a problem. That, hey, 11 found out that they now have this virus. Which is not only rapidly mutating, wildly, all over the place. It's not able to be contained.
See, that's one thing that I'm glad that I have is a strong immune system, because a lot of people don't have a strong immune system. And my immune system, even though it's strong, like I can fend off Ebola with my immune system, but at the end of the day, I may not be able to fend off coronavirus. Right. It really just depends. Like,
are you summoned? Are you summoned?
What do you mean? I didn't place my sign down.
Okay, I gotta summon you. I gotta pee really bad.
Yeah, I'm about to place my sign. I gotta pee too. I have to place my sign.
Okay. We'll continue this debate as soon as I summon you. And my situation was that the Chinese government is hiding information on the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak. Yours is, there may be hope yet. Now, I'm gonna go pee, I'm summoning you, we'll be right back to doing this.
I'm pretty sure they released it purposely. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it when you get back.
Okay, we'll be back.
Yeah, but anyways, if you're still in here, pretty much, the Chinese government probably released it purposely. If you look at what's been going on in China, China's been turning against their government completely. But at this moment, China needs their government. China needs them to research this. And, I mean, pretty much the government's probably hoping, hey, if we release a virus that nobody knows about, hey, you know, like, they're going to need us. And the United States right now is in a trade war with China. I mean, look at it. China has nothing going for them right now. In the end of the day, if they release this virus, they're gonna have everything going for them. So at the end of the day, they probably released it on purpose, because like it's just China is being trashed completely by like almost everybody right now. So they probably released it on purpose just to pretty much control what's going on, because China, they're greedy. China has the greediest government in history. I promise you, no government in history has been greedier than China. Not even the United States. Because I live in the United States, and in the end of the day, the United States, yes, they are a greedy government, but like China, they want money from everybody. They want money from their own people. They want money from other countries. They don't really care who the money is from. They want money from everybody. So pretty much, China, in the end of the day, I was talking to somebody at work earlier about this. China, in the end of the day, is the only country in the world that would not give up currency to help other people. Russia, maybe. But China, definitely not. China would never give up currency because now China is one of the richest countries in the world because they have currency. If China didn't have currency, they wouldn't have anything. You can grow rice anywhere in the world. You can grow rice anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter what kind of climate. You can grow rice anywhere in the world. But at the end of the day, I mean, China doesn't really have a whole lot going for them other than cheap labor. That is the only thing China has going for them right now. Cheap labor. That's why everybody does manufacturing in China, because it's so cheap. 25 cents an hour you can pay your employees in China. Look at Nike. They pay their people 25 cents an hour, and what happens? Boom. Everybody moves manufacturing to China. Boom. You don't even have to do anything. I'm about to pee myself, so hold on, guys.
Alright, you there? Hello? Elijah? Eat this piece of pizza, man.
I'm back. But anyways, like pretty much so, China literally wants to control all of the world's money because China is the greediest nation on earth. You may think America's the greediest nation on earth, but no, China is literally greedy. All they want is money, 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 money. Sorry, I was talking to the people who were watching. But anyways, go ahead.
Cool. But listen, if China wanted to control the population,
they would release a virus that nobody knew how to stop.
It's already been dictated in multiple countries. Hold on.
Oh, help me!
Oh, I'm dead.
Can you stop dying? Oh my god! I literally
help.
You literally have died like 1,000 times.
Half of it, I was too drunk to even recognize. This time, you weren't anywhere to be found. Put your sign down.
But pretty much, look, so China is the greediest nation in the world. People think that America is not even close to China. China is the greediest nation on the planet. They probably... Because, one, America, the richest nation on the richest country in the world, is in a trade war with them.
Listen!
And then their own people are trying to get them, so go ahead.
Okay. The people in China, for the most part, don't care. What happens? You know what they want?
What?
They want fair trade and restrictions like we do.
The government doesn't, though.
They want. The government doesn't, but the people do.
Yes.
Look at the protests in Hong Kong where they went, hey, the government is kind of terrible. We should do something about it. They have been trying.
And the government has been killing them.
Trust the government.
Exactly. Not even the United States.
20 miles from ground zero, people have been identified as being like, hey, you know, this is happening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
It's effed up.
No. Like I'm saying, like the government is literally trying to control everything. So that is the reason that they probably released this virus intentionally. Because one, they're in a trade war with the United States, and two, their own citizens don't even trust them. So in the end, the Chinese government is completely screwed on everything.
Yeah, but if the Chinese government is screwed on this pandemic, that means millions of Chinese
The own Chinese.
do not want. Listen, though, millions of Chinese that have this disease and that want it spread to stop, it's going to continue because they have not halted travel fast enough. So
I promise you,
millions of
3
Chinese
months
are gonna
from now,
die
the coronavirus will not even be a thing.
Because they said the same thing about the coronavirus as before. The problem is when you discount the virus and you just allow it to take its course, like we are, you know.
No, I'm counting, personally, I'm counting it as
We
a
aren't
human
doing
element.
the worst. We aren't doing the worst job of containing the virus. China is. What I'm saying is, the people in China don't deserve the treatment they're getting because they didn't choose to have an authoritarian government.
Nope.
They chose to live. There's millions of governments in China right now where people are saying, hey, this is, we want this to not happen.
Well, look, if you look at the protests in China, they literally waved the American flag. They want to be a democratic republic.
And if that's the case, then that makes even more so my case as, hey, no, we don't want this government to exceed. You know, we don't want this government to come out to everybody. But this government is hurting people. And they're excusing their own actions in the government that we're preventing.
But if you look at it, the American government is so corrupt they cannot afford another war. We cannot afford another war. If we get into a war with China, we are completely screwed.
Absolutely.
We will be completely done. We will be completely done for. We cannot.
I'm dead. Fucking A, you left these enemies behind.
Like the United States government has also become so corrupt because of money. Like look at Joe Biden's son. Joe Biden's son is literally working for Ukraine. And in turn, Joe Biden is working for Ukraine. The U.S. government has sold out to so many countries. Like if I was the U.S. government, like I said, I would start immediate financial investigations of every single person in Congress. And if they wanted to know anything about my financials, I'd release it. And you know what I'd be doing in the White House? I'd be smoking weed. I'd be doing whatever I want because it's America, dude. We do not need to be sit here under governmental control because we are police. It's just a police state. In the end of the day, we are living in a police state.
But we also don't need to be, like you said, a government that accepts everything. We don't need to be a sinful environment.
But at the same time, American people, in the end of the day, deserve their freedoms because in the end of the day, that's what the founding fathers created. In the end of the day, people should have their right to religious freedom because the thing is, when you were a kid, what happened? When somebody tried to force something down your throat, what happened? You didn't want to do it at all. Even as an adult, you don't want to do it. Right?
No.
if you make things against the law, people are gonna want to do it even more. If you make things for the law, people aren't gonna want to do it because people hate the law. In the end of the day, make things legal and people are gonna want to do it less. That's not the only reason. Do it.
You rusted the bonfire?
Yeah, I did.
Well, SpongeBob getting
Well, I mean, I died, really. I actually died. But, like, pretty much, like, the United States, in the end of the day, like, I should not force my religious freedoms on anybody. Because in the end of the day, what I believe is what I believe. And in the end of the day, if I try to force somebody to believe what I believe, they're not going to want to believe it at all. And in the end of the day, that is exactly what the founders.
Where were you at?
I was fighting enemies. Dude, we were both messed up, so neither of us can get mad. But that's exactly what the founders wanted, is for nobody to force anything on anybody, for people to be free. Marijuana, why is marijuana illegal? Marijuana has never harmed a single person in the world.
But listen, this isn't about what the New World wanted. This is about a virus that is breaking out. That not a lot of people seem to be taking seriously. And it's terrifying.
Well, see, let me tell you. The federal government was made to protect people from things like this. From things like pretty much the only things that the federal government should be funding is military and things to protect the American people. That is the only things that the federal government should be for. The coronavirus, one of the only things that the federal government should be funding is the CDC. The federal government should be funding the CDC. They should not be funding education.
But
the state should have the right to education.
Even if they aren't funding the CDC has done all that they can to at least attempt to prevent spread of the disease happening right now.
They should
we only have 105, we only have 5 cases, 6 cases, I should say, 110 possible cases. Compared to the 4,700 that are in China right now, because they were slow to respond. They've been.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. The Chinese government, 100%. I would say the Chinese government, 100%. Released it on purpose because their people have been turning against them for years. Well, no, not for years. Their people have started turning against them this year.
Look at the Hong Kong protests
this year.
And then, of course, in November, listen, and if the incubation period is 10 weeks, the earliest this season period was November 2019. First case was reported December 8th, 2019. Which means from December 8th, at the very minimum, 2019, January 27th, 2020, there have been 4,000 cases of this disease and over 100 deaths, over 800 in critical condition. This is not one of those, hey, this may affect me, it may not. It's, hey, one of those, you need to be prepared for this, because everybody thinks it won't spread, but it already has. To 11 countries, and even one person in those 11 countries, from the 1 to 14-day incubation period that we are given, they could spread that disease they may within 14 days before they could show symptoms within 5 days. They've already spread it before anyone they've come into contact with. There are 6 people in the same home that they've tested the virus for and drawn up DNA, RNA, precautions, and those people have discovered, and those 6 people, they have discovered different strains of the same virus in those 6 people. This is a terrifying virus. This is a virus that needs to be put away immediately.
Well, see, I 100% think the Chinese government could have had a virus. I think the Chinese government has a virus by now. Because at the end of the day, I think the Chinese government released it purposely just to control their population. Because at the end of the day, with everything China has going against them, here's the thing, we are the richest country in the world, the United States is. At the end of the day, China needs us. Every other country needs China. At the end of the day, if China needs us, then every other country needs us. If China needs us, then their people are protesting, China's completely screwed on everything. And the Chinese people are waving the American flag.
That's already been taken into account.
The Chinese government literally doesn't care. They did it on purpose. Just so they can control their people.
If the Chinese people care, the government has control. The government is not only in each province, but each section of the community. Like, it's the CCP, man. Chris said it was authoritarian. The Chinese Communist Party has taken most of the control. So yes, they are not communist, but they are authoritarian. Now, granted, that's why they've been able...
The Chinese government right now is like the USSR.
That's why they've been able to quarantine most of the cities that it has appeared in. That's also the problem, because they react way too slow. They said, hey, we understand this is spreading, we know this probably was weaponized from one of our virology labs 20 miles from the fucking epicenter of the disease outbreak, and they go, fuck it, we can control it. They met with the WHO, the World Health Organization, and convinced them not to declare this a world epidemic, only because they wanted to keep their stocks up, dude. This spreads much faster than the common flu. The only reason it hasn't been so reported about is because people have reported much lesser numbers than are actually possible. This is a much more dangerous disease than originally thought.
Yeah, but I mean,
this needs to be quelled. The government, it doesn't matter if they knew it or not. It matters whether they release the information to the public and say, hey, we have an epidemic of
wait, come back this way.
Open that door. I'm opening this door. You're fine. We're in the same place.
We'll hire no, dude. Sorry, I messed up.
My point is, this may not be something we need to panic about, but it definitely needs to be something, you know, we pay attention to. If there's cases in the US and it's spreading like it is in China, then yeah, we need to be a lot more concerned than everyone else currently is. This needs to be something we go, hey, this is a problem. Let's fix it. Otherwise, it's going to become one of those things.
But I'm pretty sure China has a cure for it. They're just not going to release it until the Chinese people.
It doesn't matter if they have a cure for it though, because the problem is, with there being, you know, like I said earlier, 6 identifications in one household of this disease, and every strain was different, this virus is mutating rapidly, which points to, A, it was weaponized, but B, because it was weaponized, it's infecting everybody and mutating at such a rapid rate that they could develop a vaccine, but if they did, it would only work for the people who had the disease that it was developed for. If it mutates, then those people are out of date.
No. You don't understand what I was telling you earlier. Okay. So a vaccine doesn't focus on how the virus mutates. What the virus focuses on, what the cure here focuses on is how the virus mutates. What they do is focus on how the virus mutates. Not only that, they focus on exactly how it lives.
I almost killed every enemy in your world. Where were you?
I was literally running up there.
Anyway, you were saying.
It doesn't focus on how... Hold up, I'm choking. It doesn't focus on how it mutates. It focuses on how it lives, because no matter what, once the virus mutates, it's still going to live the same way because it's the same virus. It still has to live the same way. But at the end of the day,
yeah. But the problem is when you have a 0 to 14 day. That's 2 weeks maximum.
Yes.
Contagious period before symptoms show.
And then
that's why diseases are skyrocketing.
The way the United States is, they will force everybody.
Okay. Listen to me. France.
They will force everybody.
France. Listen to me. Stop interrupting. France.
Look, I was already talking.
Okay. And I apologize. Let me interject if you wouldn't mind. Do you mind?
You go ahead. Whatever.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I'm pretty mad.
France has been. I am too. That's why I'm trying to be polite. You know I can be a dick sometimes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I'm on Facebook. I'm Instagram. Snapchat. That's what I'm going to say.
Let me turn my light on in my room.
In France, they've been screening passengers from flights from Wuhan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which means they've been forehead scanning, which they've done in China before. They've been forehead scanning everyone that comes off that plane. Now, with them doing that, there have been 2 cases so far in France. One, the day after the flight landed, which means they scanned the person, and the day later they showed the coronavirus. And then the second one was 5 days after they scanned that person. Which means, scanning people at the airports is not going to help anyone. Because...
I'm running back to this bonfire, by the way.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
But here's the thing.
They have been biologically scanning people and cannot tell if they have the virus based on negative symptoms. You have to have symptoms before you can test positive for the virus. Now, with that 0 to 14 days, that could be from 1 day to 14 days of having the virus, it's contagious before you show symptoms. Which means if I were to right now get the virus and went to pilot and worked, and went to UPS and worked, and then came home, every single person I came into contact with in the day, which a pilot could be 300 people, I've given that virus to, without even knowing that I had the virus. Which means this virus is a lot more spreadable than the SARS virus. The incubation period on those is like 2 to 7 days. This is 10 to 14 days max. Why is this on
the United States?
Right now.
The United States forces almost. They don't force, but they almost force it. Estrovia. They almost force every single person in the country to get a vaccine for these viruses that come out. Am I right?
Yeah.
Countries like China, France, Italy, Germany, places like that do not force their citizens to get these. The United States, there's a reason we're one of the safest countries in the world. We're not China. Canada is the safest country in the world because they follow a lot of the things we do, but go beyond what we do.
Then explain to me this. We have 5 cases confirmed in the U.S. right now. And
after it was confirmed.
No, it was before. Because the first confirmation of this virus
yeah, that's what I'm
was
talking
December
about.
8th.
Before, I didn't
No,
say after.
stop. Just let me finish if you don't mind. The first confirmed case of this virus was December 8th. That is just over a week. Now, if this is to be confirmed, the minimum that this virus could have started was December 7th. Now, with the 14-day incubation period and the first confirmed case of December 8th, it could have started November of 2019. Now, with that being said, I did not start hearing about this until Chris, and Chris keeps up with this stuff. He did not hear about it until about January 15th to 20th. And by that time, depending on what news source you look at, there were 1,500 to 100,000 cases at that time. The Chinese government said there were about 1,000.
Exactly. Chinese government released it on purpose.
Listen, hold on, listen.
I just interject every now and then just to throw something in.
I appreciate it. You know, we need that data. So, I apologize for lashing out.
You're good.
With that being said, because I know you know, the Chinese government is authoritarian, and they constantly scrub their internet sources for leaks. Now, there were about 4 to 8 leaks about how bad the virus actually was. Now, of course, if I were China, and the SARS virus leaked in 2002 to 2003, I would be pretty wary about letting this happen again. Now, when this is happening again, what I found out was the 4 to 8 people that released, you know, actual information saying there were 90,000 plus. That was a week ago. 90,000 plus infections. It's your sign down, by the way.
Oh, I thought your sign was down. I'm about to go smoke a black, so I can put your sign down.
Put yours down.
And then you.
All right, I'll put mine down. I'll put mine down.
And then you can run through the area while I'm smoking.
Exactly. Now, again, with the government saying, you know, whatever, it's okay. And I have the Wuhan virus, and they say, hey, we're about to shut the city down. And then all of a sudden, 5 million people evacuate the city of Wuhan. The governor, the mayor, sorry, has confirmed this. The governor of Wuhan the mayor of Wuhan has confirmed this. 5 million people have left the city, and there's been deaths in Shanghai. I'm pretty sure Beijing, and they each have multiple digit cases. Also, of course, 11 other countries, as far as I know, have the disease. Now, if this disease is as contagious as they say it is, one of the men in California could have contacted 75 people. Now, I know a lot of people say this isn't anything to be worried about, but the CDC from last night, which would be January 26th, said 5 U.S. citizens were confirmed and monitored for the case of the 2019 coronavirus. Today, before midnight on the 27th, there were 120 people that were being monitored for the coronavirus. Now, those 6 originally were 2 to 3 in California, 1 in Washington State, 1 in Arizona, 1 in Chicago. Huh? Hold. Alright, YouTube viewers, one second, my partner has to use the bathroom, we'll be right back.
It is not mentioned anywhere in the end times. And what? Fire. Yes. Amazon rainforest, I know. See, here's the thing. Nick, here's the thing. One thing the United States should have never entered the Middle East. I'm going to start with that because here's the thing. The Middle East is a never ending. Well, see, I'm only starting with that because the Middle East is a never ending war. 100%. The Middle East will never, ever in a billion years be out of war until peace comes.
Hold on. Elijah, hold on. Just hold on, bro. Join me in the group chat, the party chat. I know. I'm just saying, join me in the group chat. Daniel's here. I'm about to go back. So just join me in there when you're ready. We'll finish this conversation. Okay. Peace. I don't know what he's saying. We were talking about the Wuhan coronavirus and how deadly that possibly could be.
You see something?
And that's... I am. But I also don't think that there's any reason to discount the pandemic that may be or maybe not coming.
Well, that's what I said. It's, not down. Because it is a dead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It is a deadly disease. I'm not panicked about it, but I want to be informed about it because, we intersect a major highway. So all it takes is one infected person within that 0 to 14 days incubation period, doesn't know they have it, infecting someone in Knoxville, and then boom, all of a sudden, 2 people have it, and then 5 people have it, and then 10, and then it explodes from there. You know, because this is blowing up in Wuhan, and the Chinese government, like they did with SARS, is trying to cover this up. I would too. I would tell every single one of you, hey, I have certain symptoms. These are symptoms of the virus. Stay away from me. I would stay in my room and call out to work and be like, hey, I have this virus. You know? Maybe I'll survive, maybe I won't, but I can't risk spreading this. Because within 2 weeks, we went from 800 cases to 4,000, almost 5,000 cases. And that's confirmed. That's not the people, because I've read about, on Twitter, the Chinese people saying that a lot of their family members were turned away with common cold symptoms. And they turned out to have the virus.
What are the symptoms? Like having a cold?
It's just like having a cold. It's just like SARS. The only difference is within the 0 to 14 day incubation period, you're contagious. So there's anywhere between 0 and 14 days that you'll show symptoms, but that entire time you're contagious to anyone around you. So you shake hands with someone, you speak to someone, you touch something. You have the ability to spread it without even knowing you have the condition. That's what makes it worse than SARS.
Yeah. Because it's like contagious.
Well, not because it's like contagious, but because it's contagious without knowing who is contagious. You could have 1,000 people that think they're fine, and then the next week they're deadly ill. Because within, I think it was 4 to 6 days, the number went from 200 to 800 critically ill. Like, I know that's not like the craziest number in the world, but because they let 5,000 people exit the epicenter of the virus, and then continue to let people outside of China travel. Like that's why it's reached 11 countries.
Yeah, it's because they're still letting people go.
Exactly. To this day, they're still letting people go. Now, if every country is aware, and they are able to quarantine the people that come to them and say, hey, maybe we have this virus, then we'll be fine. But with that incubation period, being 0 to 14 days, and France is a prime example. They had 2 people screened as their flight landed, and within 1 and 5 days respectively, so the first person showed symptoms the day after they were screened, and the next person showed symptoms 4 days after, so 5 total. After they were screened, and now France has reconfirmed cases, that's what makes it concerning. It's a highly contagious disease, and not a single cure is to be found. They found a cure for the first strain, but when that 6-person household is studied, and they have found to be 6 different strains of the same virus, that's when it becomes alarming. It's when you go, hey, this virus is mutating quickly, and it's spreading very quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when Ebola epidemic.
But the Ebola epidemic was blood-to-blood contact. This one is hey, someone touches something and you touch it, and then you happen to touch your face without even thinking about it. You have it. Like that's way more than what that was before. A lot of this is total listeners on my side stream. One sec. Daniel!
Yes.
I'm angry
How come?
at the ignorance of the Chinese government.
I think everyone's a little ticked off at him.
Not everyone. You're not. Max isn't. Tyler isn't ticked off at the government. They've been lying about the figures. You know, the first case was actually reported, and this is official, in December 8th of 2019. Now, given the incubation period, December 7th is the earliest it could have been detected. However, the first person was infected in November 2019, which only leads credence to the rumors that in December 2018 there was an epidemic, and Wuhan, the city in which it broke out in, was slow to respond, and the government said, hey, we're going to lock down the city. No cars at all. But that was the day after 5 million people left the city of 11 million people, which means there's 6 million people in the city quarantined, but 5 million people left it.
No, I thought they left before the quarantine.
They did. They left the day before the quarantine in 2020. But with the first case being in December 8th. And at the longest, now I'll say once again, at the longest, the quarantine was 0 to 14 days. Which means January 1st would have been a week into the quarantine that someone showed symptoms. At the latest, it would have been November. Now, I did not start hearing about this personally until January 20th, after a couple thousand cases had been reported. At that point, the next day that I looked at it, 4,700 cases had been reported. And this was after China stated that 1, human-to-human transmission was possible, but 2, 1 to 14 days was the incubation period. It differed from everybody, of course. There were some people that found out the day they had it. There were some people that found out 2 weeks after they had it. But it was contagious during that 0 to 14 day period. With that being said, that means Wuhan so far has had about, officially reported, not being hidden, officially reported about 2,000 cases in the city alone.
Wasn't that a weaponized disease?
Well, 20 miles outside of Wuhan, where they attempted, now, this is personal opinion from right here on out. I just want to make that purely clear, because I don't want to mislead anyone. You do your own research. 20 miles outside of Ground Zero was a Wuhan virology lab, which not only grew cultures of diseases from the SARS family. Now, of course, the SARS family includes coronaviruses. Look it up. If you really don't believe me, look it up.
I know.
But 20 miles from the outbreak of Ground Zero, they are trying to blame snakes and bats as they were.
Not a
Yeah.
good animal to pick. Snakes and bats don't attack people very often.
Well, and that's the problem. is they're trying to say, and again, the key word for me is trying to say, that Chinese governments are saying Wuhan is the center of illegal wildlife meat transportation. Now, with that being said, I can't understand personally how a disease from a bat could translate to less than a third of the people that actually have the virus. Now, if the case is purely that the people that ate the infected meat have transmitted the virus, that would mean that the virus is so contagious that all you have to do is touch the other person or be in the same vicinity as the other person to contract the virus. That is what it means when you say the meat market is not to be blamed. Because less than a third, more than a third of the cases of the Wuhan virus were traced back to not the meat market, but to people. 20 miles away, of course, like I said earlier, was the lab in which they were not only culturing the virus, but testing it.
Yeah, so it was weaponized.
It was weaponized, and the fact
all about biological warfare.
The fact that it was weaponized is only strengthened by the fact that when it came to the U.S. and the CDC said, hey, first of all, we advise against travel, and then a couple days later they said, hey, do not, unless it's very essential, travel to China, that it was a problem. Now, it has been 6 confirmed cases in the U.S. That is confirmed. 6 cases of the coronavirus in the U.S. Now, the U.S. doesn't have anything like the 11 million people in the single city of Wuhan. However, with 5 million people departing the city of Wuhan before the lockdown, that means the 0 to 14 day incubation period could be spreading very rapidly without anyone knowing.
In the U.S., we also have a more wide space between people. Like in China, everything's so pushed together.
Absolutely, you're right.
There's so much there's so much pollution. There's so many people.
And one thing I personally think will help, and this is in the far opposite direction of where I would normally be. The one direction I think that it will help in the U.S. is that so many people are afraid of going to the doctor for such a high medical bill that the disease will not spread as quickly in the U.S. Now, in China, I have seen the videos where there's at least 1,000 people in one hospital in Wuhan alone wearing face masks with people collapsed in the waiting room, as they're dying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening in the U.S. In China, sure. Because their healthcare is totalitarian. But in the U.S., I don't, with our health bills being as high as they are, I don't imagine, 1,000 people in one hospital saying, hey, I have the virus. And even if they don't, contracting it from the people that do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
also, the U.S. is also
China,
very proactive with stuff like that.
Well, and they are, and my opinion is only because they found the spreadability and the dangerousness of the virus in China. There would not be only 4,000 cases in a month and them locking down 56 million people in China, plus the CDC warning about a high-risk global epidemic if it weren't, such a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at multiple organizations saying, hey, this is a problem. and then going, hey, you know, if it takes me, it takes me. No. In my opinion, there are, you know, large global, you know, databases, resources, etc. that say, hey, this is a problem, and then, you know, try to find a solution to it without going, hey, this is what you should do. So, for China to lock down 56 plus million people, and the rest of the world going, hey, do not travel to China, and if you have symptom-like fevers and whatnot, you know, call in before you show up, means that it's a global epidemic. You know, flu-like symptoms, sure, kill 40-something thousand million people in America a year, but I've never once heard them say, hey, if you have flu-like symptoms, get the flu shot, and if that doesn't help, go see a medical professional to be quarantined. I've never seen that. I'm not, like, panicking or anything, but it's more like, this is something that could be on par with the Spanish flu if we're not careful, and I want to be prepared for it.
What do you mean prepared?
I want to be prepared for example...
Like how prepared?
Well, if it hits, for example, it hits our city, and it's as contagious as everyone says it is, where you can touch a door handle and someone else open that same door handle and then you can track the disease. I would rather be at home living on packs of noodles for months than I would be comfortable going out, you know, to say, hey, this state and the 5 surrounding states have this disease and they're all quarantined, but we'll leave the centers open for food. Do you really think that diseased people are going to starve at home, or do you think they're going to go out and collect food?
Survival instinct kicks in, you probably get food.
You're probably going to get food, which means if I don't have the disease and I'm starving, and someone else does have the disease and they're also starving, we go out to the same, for example, on Clinton Highway, we go out to the same, you know, Walmart, and I contract it from them, and they are still in the early stages and they don't know they have it, and I bring it home, and all of a sudden Chris has it, and then you guys, within the week, decide to come hang out. You guys have it. You have it. And then all of a sudden, me and Chris are hanging out, and we have it, and you're hanging out alone on your end, and you have it, and you go, hey, I haven't seen this person in a while, and you go over to M&T's, and you're hanging out with those two people, and you give it to them, and they don't know it, and you don't know it, because Chris and I have just now come down with the symptoms. And then all of a sudden, me and Chris have it, you have it, and unknowingly you pass it to M&T.
Yeah, that's
and then unknowingly they provide... That's what I'm saying, though. There are up to, and I'm not saying it's always 2 weeks, but there are up to 2 weeks that you have the disease and you don't know it because no symptoms show. It's contagious during up to those 2 weeks. So yeah. Worst case or best case scenario, you have it for a day, and it's the day that you go, hey, I'm doing this, and you shake my hand. And now, all of a sudden, you have it, and you're showing symptoms, but I have it, and I don't. So I go ahead and I hit up Chris, and I hit up Logan, and I hit up my supervisor at my one job, and my supervisor at the other job. And we're all hanging out and having a good time. And then 2 days later, I find out that you have it. And I shook your hand. And maybe 2 days later, I'm showing with a fever. But... while I was contagious, I would be pissed because I've already showed my roommate, my former roommate, and my 2 other best friends, and my supervisor that I had it but didn't know it. I was just like, oh no, all of a sudden I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of those, like, it's dangerous when it gets to you, but not until it does. But once it gets to you, it's dangerous as fuck. Because this thing, up to 2 weeks, can convince you that you have the disease, but you don't.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, dude.
Well, yeah, any disease that you get can kill you.
Any disease can, yes. But once it becomes highly contagious...
The cold used to kill people.
SARS had a 2 to 10 day, or 2 to 8 day, incubation period. But during that 2 to 8 days, it was not contagious. So once you started showing symptoms, it was contagious. With this one, you have 0 to 14 days where it's not showing at all, but it is contagious. That's what makes it more terrifying to spread. That's why when in 2 weeks you go from 200 critical conditions to 700 critical conditions in 2 weeks, that's alarming. When you have 56 million people on lockdown and the rest of China is not allowed to use public transportation, it's alarming, especially when that comes after 11 other countries have already said they have the virus. Now, of course, if those 11 other countries crack the fuck down, instead of meeting those people at the airport and scanning them, they go, hey, you came from this area, we're quarantining you for 2 to 2.5 weeks. You know, that's okay. That's how you stop that virus. That's how you keep that virus in China. That's when you go, hey, I know the incubation period and I know what is contagious. And you go, these people that may or may not have it must suffer this necessary evil. Is okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. 1 sec. Okay. You there?
Always.
I can't get a hold of Elijah.
Think he passed out?
He may have. Thinking about just quitting the game we're playing.
You guys playing Dark Souls?
Dark Souls 2, yeah. I'm 7 and quitting right now. What time is it?
5:05.
I'm gonna play a little bit of Forest before I gotta go to bed.
Sure.
Cool. Just that virus, man.
I played a lot of Magic earlier.
I believe you.
I kept seeing my phone light up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on in the group chat? It was a long game, and then we finally stopped, and I looked at my phone, and it was still going, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I've been trying to warn people. That's pretty scary.
So how's work been?
Work. Not too exciting.
I believe that.
Woo! Oh! Wow!
I hung Christmas lights around my room.
What?
I hung Christmas lights up around my room and living room.
Why?
This feels better. Better mood lighting.
Well, I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back.
Nice.
remember the way. No, I do not. Does Elijah remember the way?
Probably not. Probably got lost.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while either. Or I fell asleep.
I was shocked that you were up.
Well,
I was shocked that you were up and on.
I told him. Got paid for it.
Those are the best.
What fucking world. I'll load. I'm loading. I'm loading. Hold on. I'm on. One sec. Wow.
What?
I tried to contact Elijah with no avail, which means everything I'm doing right here is unsafe.